long before I will start. I'm just waiting for my message to make it. I hope you guys had a great week. And I hope you'll have a great weekend. Maybe for you the weekend has already started. Maybe not. Today's beer is New Brunswick beer. Probably you don't have access to it, but if you come by eventually New Brunswick and we see each other, I'll buy you one so you can try it. Very nice. With a straw like every engineer would do. Thank God it's Friday. So, let me see here. All right, so let me start. It's 3 p.m. for me, 2 p.m. East Coast. So welcome to this second edition of these live streaming sessions with Stéphane. So hopefully second edition will be better than the first one, but chances are it won't be as good as the third one. So constant improvement is key here. So for those of you who've watched episode 1 last week, or maybe you've read my blogs, so you will know right now that I'm not completely happy with how it went. It's not so bad, but I thought I could do so much better by improvising, and I thought I could improvise basically in front of the camera, but it's much more difficult to do than I thought it would be. So for this week session, I basically wrote a script. So I have a script here. I have a few pages. It's about 1,000 words. So a bit more. Thank you, Mark, by the way, for the blog post you wrote, giving me advice on how to proceed. Very helpful. I really like the numbers you wrote. Basically, 100 words I think is like per minute. So I have more than 1,000 words. So I have about 15 minutes of time here because I rehearsed and it took me about 15 minutes. So yeah. So this week I'm not improvising as much. So hopefully it's gonna go better. So let me see how the live is going now. Perfect. I'm there. I'll look good. Here, I'll be back to you in a few seconds. I had all kind of issues today with the live streaming. I wanted to start at 1 p.m. EDT, but the system, I'm using the live view solo, and it would not let me create an event. So I tried to stream to the event and it didn't work. So I have to do the stream now thing, and much more difficult to plan. Anyway, all kind of issues. I've already sent an email to their technical support. Hopefully they'll get back to me and we can figure this out for next week. But yeah, so this week I'm going basically, I'm going to be more scripted. So hopefully everything will be as planned. There won't be any surprise. And yeah, so, oh, sorry. Oh, my broker, I need to take this. Hey, Brad, how are you? Yep. Oh, yeah. So let's do this. Let's sell 1 million shares of Microsoft and let's buy 1 million shares of Apple. All right, perfect. Thanks. Take care. All right, sorry about that. So hopefully there won't be more distractions. So today what I would like to talk about are 3 things. First, there will be a winner for one of the goodies I brought from Embedded World. So I'll draw a winner. Then I will give the pros and cons of blogging on the Related website. So basically it's a sales pitch to get more of you guys to maybe write some articles on the platform, on the Related websites, and share your knowledge. And then I will basically answer a technical question and show how good I am with the technical stuff. Yeah, so let's get started. So let's first pick up a winner here. So these names are people who have shared and liked on social medias in the last few weeks. Starting next week, my goal is to have 2 buckets and 2 prizes per week. So one bucket would be all the people who have who have received thumbs up in the forum or in the blogs, because people, they answer a question, people click on the thumbs up, so it would be automatically a ticket in the bucket. So as I get more products to give away, that become interesting for you guys. To the participants who get the more thumbs up have better chances to win these things. So hopefully I can get a lot of good stuff for you, books and products. So I have a winner here. Okay, it's a Twitter name, ABSBONG. So yeah, I'll focus, but so basically this person did something on Twitter. He shared, or this Zoom is very slow. I wish it would be faster. All right, so I will be in touch with you, so you can tell me your address and pick up the price that you want. Basically the two most valued prices have been chosen already by Milan and the other person who won, I forgot his name, but they have already been shipped to them. So the Intel stick is not available anymore, and the other thing is the FPGA board is gone as well. But there are still plenty of very interesting prices to pick from. So yeah, next step, I would like to try to convince some of you to become bloggers on the related site. So for those of you who are already bloggers, first thank you very much. It's fantastic that you use this platform to share your knowledge to the people of the sites. But so let me write down some pros and cons for those of you who are not bloggers. So the first pro that I was able to come up with is happiness. So we all want more happiness, and it's a well-known fact that bloggers on the related platforms are on average about 25% happier than non-bloggers. So I mean, that's a good number. 25% is more happier. I mean, I'm sure that that's something you would enjoy. So and it's a well-known fact as well that happier people are more happy. So that's another thing to take into account. The second thing that bloggers benefit from is a salary increase. Let me show you the board here. So for now I have happiness and salary increase. So basically the way it works, I have no official data here, but I suspect that bloggers on the related platform, when their employer see that they're blogging on the platform, they almost immediately give them a 25%, 30% raise probably. I mean, the reason why I came up with this is I put myself in their shoes, and I would give you a raise if I was your employer. So I think it just makes sense. So anyway, so now we have more happiness, a bigger salary, so you have more money. And when you add these two things together, so there's a natural consequence to that, which is my third positive, is, let me write it down. So basically, with more happiness and more money will come more opportunities for you to reproduce. So that's another well-known fact, that these two things will attract in your life more opportunities to basically reproduce. And reproducing can be really fun. So that's another thing, another plus. So these three together, I mean, it's a no-brainer to me to at least try the blogging thing and see if they seem to work. So for instance, the reproducing thing, I know that many bloggers didn't have kids before they started blogging, and now they have kids. So there seemed to be a direct correlation here. So these are the pros. As far as the cons are concerned, I had a really hard time thinking about a few, and the only one, I basically have two. So one is, let me write it down. Okay, it's jealousy. I don't know how you pronounce it, but that's the word here, jealousy. Because your friends and people around you, when they'll see that you're happier than them, make more money than them, and reproduce more often, some of them will be jealous. Very rare people who are really happy for you to have all these things. Most people will feel some jealousy. But at the same time, I don't want this to be too negative, but they will also admire you. So if you're into being admired, this could be good also for you. So, and the other cons, let me write it down. Yeah, so it's a consequence of reproducing. So the more you reproduce, the higher the chances to have more kids. And don't get me wrong, I have 3 kids, I love them. It's a blast. Having kids is a blast. But let me tell you this story of my son. When he was really, really young, we go to the drugstore for the flu shot, and he doesn't want the flu shot, so he starts running all over the place in the drugstore. I have to chase him. I mean, I don't have to tell you more, but basically just telling you that you need to be careful here. So you need to keep this under control. Yeah, it reproduces more, but be careful. Be conscious that this could become a problem if you have too many. So these are the pros and cons of blogging. And I guess on a more serious side, there are real pros at blogging, which is basically it helps you bring your thoughts together. Try to explain something is difficult, so it forces you to really understand it yourself. So which is one of the pros of writing. The other pro, I would say, is the joy of sharing. I mean, people will tell you in the comments that how much they appreciated what you've shared and how it helped them in their own work. And I mean, so there are real pros other than these fun pros here. But so if giving a shot to writing an article or two, sharing your passion, maybe you're working on a very interesting project, or maybe not long ago you did do a project that you're very proud of, and you're allowed to share some of the specifics. I'm sure many people would enjoy reading about your design decisions, and so just get in touch with me if you'd like to give it a shot, and then we can make arrangements, and I can upgrade your account to give you access to the blogging platform. So that's it for the blogging part. I have a last part to today's live broadcast, and it's basically, I thought that I would answer a technical question. So here's the question here that I received from username confused. Dear Stefan, I would like to implement an embedded device that would detect a bad smell in a room. Can this be done? Any pointers would be appreciated. So yeah, obviously, yes, this can be done, and let me show you how I would do it. So first I will draw an example of a situation where we have a room and we have a device here and we have something that smells, and then we have a human. Okay, so that's the situation we have here. We have a room, and then we have this device here that's going to detect if there's some kind of smell or the quality of the smell in the room. And based on that, it will make a decision. It could be send a spray of something that smells better. It could be notifying the owner of the building or something. But it needs to detect the quality of the smell in the room. So what I would do with that embedded device, let me do a close-up here on this embedded device. So what I would do, first I would have 2 sensors. One would be a smell sensor, and the other one would be a camera. Okay, I'll explain the camera after. But basically the smell sensor would take in the smell, and obviously you need to digitalize the smell. You cannot take the analog smell, but you need to transform it in bits and bytes. So you have an analog to digital here. Transformation before you go to a very powerful MCU to handle all the smells. Okay. The other thing you need to do some DSP here. So you cannot just let it go straight. You need to basically band filter it. You need to filter the smells that we as humans don't smell anyway. It's just animals. So you need to bend past your signal here first. And then you need to FFT your smells so that let's say that the area where we smell is here. So we know that, for instance, poop smell is about here, skunk smell is here. And then we have water in the middle here about. And then here we have some flowers here. We have roasted chicken cooking. I don't know if you've smelled the chicken that is being roasting in a house, but that smells really good. And then we have here, I mean your wife maybe, or my wife. I mean, it's not my wife, but your wife. Anyway, the person that you love usually smells good. And then you have here my mom's spaghetti sauce. When it cooks, it smells really good. So anyway, with the FFT, you are able to identify what it is that you're having in the room. Is it more towards the bad smell area or the good smell area? So based on that, you can take a decision of whether you do something, whether it's send a spray or notify the owner. And as far as the camera is concerned, I mean, that's a fail-safe to make sure that you're not sending spray when it already it smells good in the room. So basically what you need to do with the camera is that you need to do some face recognition. So you'll need the cloud here for that and some deep learning, but basically you detect faces in the room. So depending on the facial expression, you can do some correlation with other faces in the cloud and try to find if there's a match between someone smelling for instance, smelling poop, and is there a correlation between the faces in the room right now? If there is, then you have confirmation that it's really poop or something else that you have. So yeah, so the person who asked the question, I'm telling you, it's feasible. It's just a matter of you need to find the smell sensor. I think they have them at Walmart for $2 or $3. You don't need the higher end smell sensors because unless you're doing this for animals, where you have to go wider in your frequencies, but otherwise you just take the regular ones. So yeah, so that was it for the technical question. I mean, I haven't been doing engineering work for a long time now. I do mostly web programming, but you can tell that I'm still very much into it, and yeah, I have good insights, good intuition. Hopefully I can help you with more projects. So if you liked it, you can send your questions and I can address the most difficult problems with you guys in these live sessions. Yeah, so that will be basically it for today. That's all I had. I think I went through all my script and I improvised quite a bit, so I'm proud of myself for this one. For the upcoming one, so what I would like to read is your comments now. Did you like that, or did you didn't like it at all, or whatever? I don't mind. Don't pull any punches. I'm experimenting here. There'll be many more of these, I think, if I keep hearing from you guys, and eventually the goal would be for me to share more about what I do with the websites, where I want to go, things I could do to make it better for you, and have some kind of interaction. So for now, we're just having fun and seeing where this goes. But yeah, thanks for watching. And probably next week, there will be another one. Yeah, I'll keep you posted in the blogs and in the newsletter. So thank you. I'm still live. Didn't stop. Okay, let me try it again. Sorry about that. Finish live video. Yes, yes. Oh, YouTube session expired. That's why. I mean, let me see here. I'm glad I didn't start doing silly things. Sometimes I get naked after live streaming, so I'm glad I didn't do it this time. I thought I was done. So, all right, see you next week. Bye-bye.